drive now.
Cannabis for Lovers, Monday night at 11.
Welcome to World News Tonight. Taking sides with the White House in turmoil, the president's stunning tweet calling for due process after a second staffer resigns in the face of domestic abuse accusations. The president saying lives are being shattered by, quote, a mere allegation. Sheriff's deadly order, the intense highway chase, the newly obtained surveillance footage, and body cam audio. The sheriff saying, quote, don't ram him, shoot him. Then appearing to laugh after the suspect is killed. Winter slam, millions in the path tonight. Snow, ice, and heavy rain. Treacherous conditions on the roads. The flood threat right now. Sam Champion is standing by. Flu strikes twice, the deadly virus and its boomerang effect. Why some patients are forced to fight it for a second time this season. And family treasure, the devastating mudslides in California. The men and women who are digging through the debris to help rescue memories.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the new White House fallout. President Trump's stunning statement after a pair of staffers resigned in the face of domestic abuse allegations. President Trump tweeting in part, people's lives are being shattered and destroyed by a mere allegation. There is no recovery for someone falsely accused. His comment after a second staffer, speechwriter David Sorensen on the left, submitted his resignation, and after the president wished outgoing top aide Rob Porter well. Both accused of domestic abuse. Now the scandal rippling through the Oval Office with Chief of Staff John Kelly indicating his willingness to resign, and Communications Director Hope Hicks dating one of the men. That tweet also comes as the national conversation about sexual misconduct and the Me Too movement rages on. ABC's David Wright gets us started at the White House.
Today, in the wake of a scandal that's cost 2 West Wing staffers their jobs, President Trump seemed to condemn the Me Too movement, tweeting, people's lives are being shattered and destroyed by a mere allegation. Some are true and some are false. Some are old and some are new. There is no recovery from someone falsely accused. Life and career are gone. Is there no such thing any longer as due process? This after White House speechwriter David Sorensen resigned, his ex-wife accusing him of violence and emotional abuse during their marriage. He denies the allegations. So does former White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter, forced out this past week after both his ex-wives accused him of domestic abuse. One of Porter's exes released images that she says show bruises he caused, but he insists the photos are not what they seem.
We certainly wish him well. It's a obviously tough time for him. He did a very good job when he was in the White House, and we hope he has a wonderful career, and hopefully he will have a great career ahead of him.
Trump spoke up passionately for Porter, but the president made no mention at all of the women. The president himself has never been even-handed on allegations of sexual misconduct, giving Republicans like Roy Moore the benefit of the doubt, but calling out Democrats like former Minnesota Senator Al Franken.
Mr. President, what is your message to women?
Women are very special. I think it's a very special time because a lot of things are coming out, and I think that's good for our society.
Trump is now said to be furious about the way his senior staff handled the Porter situation. Chief of Staff John Kelly initially expressed support for Porter, even though he's reportedly known about the allegations for months. ABC News was the first to report Kelly made it clear to the president he's willing to resign. This weekend, the president is also under fire for taking partisan sides in the Russia investigation, refusing to release the Democrats' classified memo. Last week, Trump ordered the release of a GOP memo, even though his own Justice Department called it extraordinarily reckless.
This week, though, the White House apparently has a newfound admiration for the FBI. And what we are seeing is the problem when you have someone who lacks character in the Oval Office. It infects the whole of government.
All right, let's get right to David Wright at the White House tonight. David, turning back to the controversy surrounding the White House staff secretary Rob Porter's resignation, reports coming out that President Trump was upset with the initial response by longtime aide Hope Hicks.
That's right, Tom. As you know, Hicks is one of his closest aides. She's been with him since well before the campaign, and she and Porter were known to be an item here at the White House. Well, as communications director, she helped to draft some of the White House's initial defenses of Porter. She was said to be in hot water, but today the president released a statement saying Hope is absolutely fantastic, calling her smart, talented, and respected by all. Tom?
David Wright for us tonight. David, thank you. And there will be much more on the White House turmoil tomorrow on This Week. George Stephanopoulos interviews counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. Next tonight, the nasty weather slamming a huge part of the country. The slow-moving storm blanketing the Rockies and Midwest. This snowy scene, take a look in Denver, making for some dangerous driving. As the system churns east, a flood threat from Alabama to Massachusetts. This Texas town already underwater. And there is freezing rain for millions. Powerful already underwater. And there is freezing rain for millions. Powerful thunderstorms as well. All in all, a mess. Sam Champion tonight is standing by for us, but we begin with ABC's Alex Perez in Chicago.
Right now, 40 million Americans bracing for more ice and snow as winter weather alerts stretch from the deep south to New England.
It's rough. I wouldn't suggest that you go out.
It's coming down in Colorado, blinding drivers near Denver. Parts of the Midwest bracing for even more snow tonight. Chicago residents is still trying to claw their way out from this.
It's not heavy, but it ain't light either.
The Chicago area buried under 10 inches of snow. This driver sliding sideways down the highway. Cars and semis stuck in their tracks in Michigan. One person already killed near Flint. Traffic at a crawl along I-94 in Kalamazoo after this 38-vehicle crash. Police in Milwaukee posting this video warning drivers against going too fast. Posting this video warning drivers against going too fast. The same storm system flooding parts of southern Texas.
This is crazy. Not even a hurricane.
Heavy rain causing this river in Nashville to overflow.
And Alex Perez joining us live now from what looks like a very snowy Chicago. As we just saw, some residents already dealing with up to 10 inches of snow there, and now more is coming, Alex?
That's right, Tom. It is hard to catch a break around here. We could see another 1 to 3 inches overnight on top of all this before this storm pushes out. Tom?
Alex Perez for us tonight. I want to go back to that developing flood threat now, though. I want to welcome back meteorologist Sam Champion. So, Sam, who's in danger tonight?
Well, it's a good part of the south all the way up the east coast. This is another push of Arctic air, Tom, and along that leading edge, it's a messy Saturday night and a really bad Sunday. Where Alex was in Chicago, yes, there'll be more snow, but let's talk with these strong storms that are going on right now, because we've got Mardi Gras going on in New Orleans, and we've already had a tornado warning and also a severe thunderstorm warning on the coast of Alabama. So right around New Orleans, overnight tonight, some very heavy rain. Watch that rain as it starts to slide north, though, and you can see from Asheville all the way into Roanoke, Washington, D.C., New York, where that rain gets in tonight, it stays all night and a good part of the day tomorrow, so there'll be some street flooding. Then look just behind that, in that area where Alex was, there'll be a little light dancing coating of snow there, about 1 to 3 inches of snow through Chicagoland, which is already seen tomorrow will be their 9th consecutive day of measurable snow. But the real problem, look at the pink there, from Springfield, just south of Indianapolis to Canton, all the way into Albany. That's ice, and that's going to cause some real problems.
All right, Sam Champion for us. Sam, thanks so much. Let's turn now to that deadly flu epidemic. Startling new numbers about how dangerous and how widespread this flu season really is. And tonight, a new concern about the flu striking the same person twice. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight in Texas, a special ed teacher is fighting for her life after getting 2 different strains of the flu at the same time.
And he said if she recovered from this, that she could live a pretty normal life, but that he didn't know if she would pull through it.
35-year-old Crystal Whitley got a flu shot in October after giving birth to her son. She has no underlying health issues, but 2 weeks ago, she got the flu, then pneumonia in both lungs, and now a staph infection.
She was able to mouth the words, "I love you," and she kind of puckered her lips a little bit and blew me a kiss.
The CDC now warning people, even if you've had the flu once, you could still get a second different strain.
Type A cases are more than last year as well, but when you put A and B together, you have a lot of sick people in the community.
The governor of New York declaring a public health emergency, triggering free flu shot events to make sure people get vaccinated.
Is your dad making you do it, or do you just want to do it on your own?
I want to do it on my own.
Tom and Jake Hanshu, father and son, came together to get their shots.
My wife got it done because she just got finished with radiation.